Have you ever wondered which saw blade is right for your woodworking projects and how the number of teeth on those blades can affect your cuts? Well, in this video, we'll compare 3 inexpensive Diablo saw blades to help you decide which one might be the best fit for your workshop. Hi, I'm Vic from Victory Woodworks. As a longtime Forrest Woodworker 2 blade owner, I'm always on the lookout for new tools to try. While walking by a sales display at the Big Orange store, I noticed these 3 Diablo blades were on sale and decided to grab a few to test them out. Just a quick note, I'm not sponsored by Diablo, and I bought these blades with my own money. So what's the difference between these blade types? Well, this is a ripping blade. It has 24 teeth and costs 29 bucks. This blade is built for cutting along the grain of the wood. It's efficient for ripping, but may leave a rougher finish. This is a general purpose blade. It has 40 teeth and costs about 48 bucks for 2 blades or $24 each. This is a versatile blade made for both ripping and cross-cutting. It requires fewer blade changes compared to specialized blades, but can compromise on some cut quality. This is a fine cutting blade. It has 80 teeth, costs 49 bucks. It's designed for smooth, precise cuts across the grain. It's perfect for detail and finish work, but may not be the best choice for heavy-duty tasks. Why the number of teeth makes a difference? Well, the number of teeth on a saw blade impacts its cutting performance. Blades with fewer teeth, like the Diablo 10-inch 24-tooth ripping blade, are designed for faster cuts and are great for ripping through thick materials. Blades with more teeth, such as the Diablo 10-inch 80-tooth fine-tooth cutting blade, offer smoother and more precise cuts, ideal for detail work and crosscuts to show smooth end grain. And those blades between 24 and 60 are a compromise. They let you do most cuts well without changing the blade. This saves you time. There are also more specialized blades for cutting plywood, plastics, and other materials. These are purposely designed and built for maximizing cut performance for those types of materials specifically. They may not work that well in just general. Our setup and testing. Well, this table saw is set up the same way I used it for my Forrest Woodworker 2 to ensure a fair comparison. Our testing process will be as follows. First, we'll test each blade in a rip cut and then cross cut on hardwood, softwood, and plywood, like these up here. Then we'll compare the results to see if there's a difference in these cuts. First up will be the ripping blade, 24 teeth. Let's see how it does. First up is the Diablo 24-tooth ripping blade. Let's load it up into the saw. What's interesting is the kerf on this seems to be a whole lot thinner than the Forrest blade. I was not expecting that. Next up is a general purpose 40-tooth blade. We'll use this general purpose blade on the same materials. We'll compare its performance to the ripping blade, focusing on the ease of use and cut quality. Finally, the fine cutting blade, 80 teeth. We'll test the fine cutting blade, observe how it handles each material. All right, now let's see how what the results are here of all of our cuts. So in this pile, we've got the 24-tooth ripping blade. In this pile here, we've got the 40-tooth ripping blade, general purpose blade. Here we've got all the cuts for the 80-tooth, fine tooth. And then over here, we've got all the cuts that we did with the Woodworker 2. So let's look at the pines first, pine rips. So I can see the teeth marks here, not very smooth. Kind of expected, but very easy to push through. So if you're doing some rough work, this is the way to go. A little sanding, though, should take most of this stuff out. On the 40-tooth, much smoother, but you can still kind of feel it a little bit. Not as easy as a 24-tooth to push through, but you know what? Still pretty damn easy. 80-tooth, you know what? Again, I'm not sure what this paint is over here, but very, very smooth. If you needed something very fine, smooth in pine, that's the way to go. Now let's check what we did here with the Woodworker 2. Now, as I mentioned, the blade is many years old, hasn't been sharpened quite some time, so we got a little bit of burning here. But you know what? It's completely smooth. This 40-tooth Woodworker 2 is as smooth as the 80-tooth one is here. So, gives you an idea. But, remember, this blade, Woodworker 2, costs 170 bucks. $20-ish, whereas these are somewhere between $25 and $50. So let's now go to oak. Oak also feels like it's a little smoother than the pine, but you can still feel the teeth mark. Very easy to cut through. The 40 tooth, much smoother than the pine. Again, not as easy to cut through, but you know, it's still not bad. 80 tooth. Again, this is probably a pin coming off the blade. Fairly smooth. Smoother than either one of those two. Not bad. Woodworker 2. Completely smooth. This is probably the smoothest of all three. Would be the Woodworker 2. Okay. So let's see how we do in plywood. So here's the ply. You know what? It was easy to cut. A little bit on the rough side. Kind of expected on the 24 tooth one. Here we got the 40 tooth. Not bad. This is passable. A little bit smoother than a 24. Here's the 80 tooth. Much smoother. This is definitely what I would use with a plywood if I was cutting it again. Not bad. Woodworker 2. You know what? Almost the same. I'd say the Woodworker 2 is a hair rougher than the Diablo 80. Not bad. Not bad. So now let's check crosscuts. Here we got the 24 tooth crosscut. Not bad. 40 tooth, nice and smooth. 80 tooth, really smooth. And here's the other 80 tooth, also nice and smooth. Again, the Woodworker in 40 versus this one, about the same. Let's check the oak. Very rough. Part of it's grain, part of it's whatever. Much smoother, but still kind of on the rough side. Very nice and smooth. This is like just a little bit of sanding and you're good to go. And Woodworker 2. You know what? I think it's the same or maybe even better. Okay, so we're doing the cross cut on the blades now. So here's the 24 cross, kind of rough. Don't recommend it. Here's the 40 cross, passable. It's okay. Here is the 80 cross, very nice and smooth. And here is the Woodworker 2. Nice and smooth. I'd say these are identical. So, conclusions. For rough work, 24 tooth blade, $25. Good deal. All around blade, 40 tooth, not bad. Passable. Not as good as either one of these two, but you know what? It's $25. So it's definitely worthwhile. The 80 tooth, and with the exception of the pine, and the Woodworker 240, cut just as well. So this is a $50 blade. This is a $170 blade, but this is a combination blade. So the Woodworker 2 combo does everything the 80 does and the 40 does and then some, except for maybe pine again. So I still think the Woodworker 2 is the best blade, but from an economical point of view, 80, 40, these aren't so bad. These are not bad. This $50 blade, I would definitely use it. This is a 40 tooth, $25 blade. I would definitely use this also. This, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't use. Unless I've got some really rough lumber that I'm cutting, and it is what it is. You need something that you don't want to ruin your better blades with. So that's kind of where we stand. So if you like this kind of product comparison, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below. And until our next video, stay passionate.